Hey, brothers and sisters. So yeah, I mean, today's video is a little bit tricky. Um, I don't even really know how to get started. It's more of a warning than anything else. Today's not a great day for me. I woke up, I was immediately discouraged. I started scrolling through Facebook. I saw all sorts of things that caused my head to start going, worrying, thinking that the worst is going to happen. Then the voice, I'm not talking about like schizophrenia, hearing voices, but like the voice of my thoughts. My thoughts started going off saying like, everything you thought was going well is obviously not going well, and obviously nobody cares about you, and obviously you're not going to get anywhere in life, and you're just fooling yourself by thinking you're making a difference in the world, and you're just basically an idiot, and you might as well give up now because it's going to be that much more humiliating when you finally invest a bunch of time in this and it all blows up in your face and you fail, you effing loser. That's kind of how I felt, you know? I'm happy to tell you that that's not my normal everyday thought process anymore, but it certainly used to be. And now it comes back and it peers its ugly head in there. Usually when I'm making good progress, usually when I'm taking a lot of very positive, constructive action in life, that's when it comes up. It's almost like a part of me doesn't want me to succeed, and that's what this video is about. When you decide that you're going to turn your life around, you're going to stop living for yourself, you're going to start living for the greater good, you're going to take the necessary self-examination to achieve such an ideal, and you're going to keep working at it, and you're going to right your wrongs, and you're going to go out and try to be of service to others and live for the sake of something greater than you. Your lower ego does not want that. It doesn't want it at all, because that means that it has to die. In order for you to truly flourish, to truly become your innermost divine self, what you were always meant to be, your lower ego must die. And now I'm not talking about like one day you'll be selfish and self-centered and you'll be totally attached to your ego and resentful and jealous and miserable, and the next you'll have found enlightenment and you'll be able to commune telepathically with celestial beings, and you'll have transcended all forms of desire. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that over time, we let go of more and more of it. More and more of it dies. We shed more and more of our outer shell, like peeling back layers of an onion till our innermost core shines so brightly that no darkness that comes in our path can affect us whatsoever. Some days I'm there, some days I'm not. Today is one of those days. So far. I mean, it can always turn around, and we do have a lot of power about our attitude and how much am I going to let this affect me, but that doesn't change the fact that the lower ego will occasionally come back in. Call it the devil if that helps you. Call it whatever you find helpful. It's going to come back in and try to get you to revert back to your old ways. And how it does that, there's three things it uses: fear, victim mode, and anger. Okay, so let's talk about each of these. Fear, you're afraid something's going to happen to you that you don't deserve. You're going to get something you don't deserve. Or you're afraid that you're not going to get something that you do deserve. And then, if you're attached to your ego, you perceive this as unfair, unjust. Because the ego, in and of itself, is extremely self-entitled and feel like it deserves everything that it wants immediately when it wants it. So then you're going to feel like a victim. And because you feel like a victim at this point, you're going to project that onto the world. I'm not speaking down from a moral or spiritual hilltop. I still do this sometimes. I still do this probably every day. But the difference is now when I do it, I notice very quickly that I'm doing it. If I don't notice it, a friend or a family member who's on a similar path will point it out. Hey, you're doing this. And at first, if it's really bad, I might lash out at them. But sooner or later, I'll say, yes, you're right. Because I absolutely must stay on this path for the sake, like I'll die if I don't. And I'm very blessed to be in that situation. Some people don't have that kind of motivation. Anyways, yeah. Most of the things that we rise up against, that we want to fight against, that we want to change, is because of our own fears. It's because it triggers something in us. And we're afraid that, like I said, we're going to get something that we don't deserve, or we're not going to get something that we do deserve. And that causes us to lash out at the world. So you just got to be very mindful. And when this voice starts telling you you're no good, you're not going to make it, you're never going to achieve what you set out to achieve, you know you're making good progress, because it won't veer its ugly head out in that form unless you did something to disturb it, to upset it. So usually you're about to either have a major breakthrough, or you just had a major breakthrough. And this is the aftershock of it. Just be mindful of it. Know that you are not your thoughts. Know that you are the consciousness behind your thoughts, and allow yourself to experience them all. And in the light of your consciousness, the darkness cannot survive. So, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. And then if any hurt feelings come up, which they will, let yourself feel the hurt feelings. Let yourself cry, because that dissolves the layers and layers of pain that your inner demons, if you will, the skeletons in your closet, these astral parasites feed on. So they too dissolve as the emotions dissolve. And the emotions dissolve by consciously and willfully going through them with help from a power greater than yourself, and with help from other support people who are on similar paths. This is not easy. This is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. But I guarantee you, if you have the proper supports and if you don't try to do it alone, you will succeed, provided you never give up. And if you fall down 9 times, you get up a 10th. That's all I got for today. Bless you all.